A very good afternoon to you tuned into UBC TV. Welcome to our lunchtime news this Tuesday, the 30th of July, 2024. My name is Michael Jidan Lukomwa, and this is what we have for you this afternoon. First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has commended Ugandan artists for using their talents to transform their communities through messages that contribute to national development. While speaking at Chamate Playgrounds in Ntungamo District, the First Lady was speaking at Chamate Playgrounds in Ntungamo District during the launch of the music album Museveni Uganda Ne Kwenda by local artist Aisha Tashobia, alias Aisha Tash. Mrs. Museveni applauded artists like Aisha who have put their good God-given talents to good use towards national development.
Aisha, praised for being a role model to other young people and other artists, were challenged to be exemplary, emphasizing the importance of young people participating in government programs such as the Parish Development Model, Emyoga, and Youth and Women Empowerment programs that aim at financial inclusion at the household level. Mama Janet represented His Excellency President Museveni as the chief guest before a large crowd at the event. She urged artists to become agents of socio-economic transformation.
Abana batabasigazi n'empangari ba Aisha na bagenzi be nimbashaba mwebye shongoro byanyu nebye muri gukora ebizano ebimukuteranira abantu nkaha bigume bigire iki byayegesa byegesa empangari n'abasigazi mwegesa abantu okutwaza mpora okutwaza je okugambira je abantu okujwara je okuzibira ebi ka corruption imsinguzi y'abana agamba ebyo mbijumirire abantu batino obushuma batino kwiba.
The First Lady noted that culture and educational songs remind Ugandans about the country's history, helping the younger generation understand that things have not always been the same. In their performances, the various artists highlighted the NRM government's achievements, such as restoring peace and security, enabling free movement across the country. Aisha Tashobia, who is also the woman councillor on NRM ticket, representing Chamate Ward in Ntungamo Municipality, thanked the First Lady for honoring her invitation.
Ruhanga batudindire muzeyi mama nyebarize muzeyi omugambiro otomwichi wawe omurimo yagukora kandi gwagenda di kandi nashemererwa mwenu mama.
Mama Janet conveyed a contribution of shillings 20 million from the president towards the launch of Miss Aisha Tashobia's music album Museveni Uganda Ne Kwenda, translated as Museveni, Uganda still needs you. Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
State Minister for Local Governments, Jinja Victoria Rusoke, has encouraged the electorate to embrace the whistleblowing strategy as one of the measures to fight corruption. Rusoke made the call over the weekend while meeting residents of Hakibali sub-county in Kabarole district at Godswill Primary School, explaining that the Whistleblowers Act ably protects any person who is willing to volunteer with information that can be subjected into an investigation. The minister also took time to explain to the electorate the parish development model's principles and mode of operation, saying that it is a strategy that aims at alleviating poverty at household level.
Corruption FCC ebintu byonna obulibwenguzi tibuli musente zonka omunasa akwija akererirwe bulibwenguzi.
Residents of Kulumba Hill in PG district were stunned when 4 metallic cases containing 17 skulls, human skulls, were discovered in a local shrine within their area. The shrine, now a crime scene, has been cordoned off by the detectives as they search for clues of the chilling case. The shrine's owner, Tabula Bosaluja, is currently at large and is a suspect in the assassination of the late Daniel Bosa, the Ndiga clan leader, earlier this year.
Obuwanga buno obusangiddwa wano babadde buterekeddwa mu sanduuko, ziri sanduuko nnya, twabutute ku poliisi, tukyabukumira ku poliisi nga tukyanoonyereza webwava.
Mwabuzuddewa?
Twabusanze mu ssabo erya omwami Tabula Lujja mu kyalo kino kyenjogeddeko waggulu. Yali yabusima n'abuteeka wansi waggulu, yalinga ng'omuntu yalimye toilet n'ateekawo wansi, then na septic tank nga bwe bagikola n'abuteeka wansi, then n'akola ki n'asiiringako waggulu. Entry point is this side. We have said let us not guided by
Kale biki ebyo ebyokutte?
Kino kyenkutte kwe kuyita okuwunda kw'abalongo, era bwe yali awunze bw'ati abalongo, era siyinza kubasuula mu nnono yaffe. Tebasuula baana ate tebabookya, waakiri obatereka ab'ekika balijja, bemmanyi ne besimanyi balijja ne bagamba nti gundi balibuuza ku kyo ne bwe banfudde baligamba nti nno twawulyako nti waffe byagenda wa mukalazi Peter Kasozi eyeddira emmamba.
Abakuumaddembe bamututte. Abantu badde bakyajjawo wano.
Mesero Nkuma Bruno, mbadde simanyi nti mulirwanwa wange alina ebintu ebifaanagana bwe biti, naye neebaza nnyo poliisi y'Empigi awamu ne Diso kuba bwe twabategeezezza baayimukiddewo okujja. Ng'ekintu kye tulabye mu ttaka tetukisuubira muntu nti ayinza okuziika keesi ezo nga teziriimu bintu bya buvunaanyizibwa. Poliisi yakoze bulungi nnyo n'ejjayo ekeesi ezo, yazibikudde nga weetuli ne tulaba.
Neiba tokunkumbi wala tulinze gwe.
Wali waffe n'emmange.
Ani mumwamuguze yaliwo?
Tewali tagulangako. Tebayita obubbi n'okugula ku kinaago.
Yabbawo obubbi.
Yabbawo obubbi. Oba waliwo abaamuguza nti simanyi.
Abantu b'ekitundu kino ngenda bongera obukuumi obw'enjawulo kubanga ndaba bali mu kutya, balabye obuwanga bwabafu batidde. Mjajja wange wuna ngambe talabanga ku buwangwa bw'abafu, so kati njogedde ne DPC tulinawo ne ditachi y'amagye wano, tugenda bongera obukuumi abantu ba wano baleke kubeera mu kutya. Era ebino byonna ebiggwa ngenda sinkana olukiiko lwa defense olw'ekitundu kino ne DPC n'amagye agali wano, twongere obukuumi obw'enjawulo ekitundu kino.
That was in PG just yesterday. Christians and Muslims in Arua City are calling upon government through Lands Ministry to help them acquire titles for the land that houses these places of worship. Riyadh Mosque, Mukhtar Mosque and St. Philip's Church, all in Arua City, have expired land titles. This was presented to the Minister of Lands and Urban Development of Biga Kanya, who represented President Museveni during a fundraising drive at St. Philip's Church in Arua.
We are facing a major challenge here as a church. You do remember when we visited the site, our land here initially had a title and the title expired. We have tried to renew this title. We are told that our land falls under the Uganda Land Commission, not under the district land board, the issues cannot be handled here. We appointed some members of the church to follow it up with the Uganda Land Commission. It has never come to pass. Our title is expired. We need to own this land legally. We therefore bring this to your attention, not only in your capacity as the guest of honor, you are also the line minister in that area.
The second one is at Mukutari, where some people are threatening the Muslim community, the leadership of Muslims. I raised this to His Excellency when he visited us here last year in April, and he had promised and pledged that he is going to help the Muslim community of Arua to secure titles for those 2 pieces of land. 2 big mosques are in those 2 pieces of land, and some individuals are threatening the Muslim community. So I will request you add those 2 on this one, take it as a point. End of this year, we should resolve the issues pertaining these 3 pieces of land, which are for the God. On the issue of land titles, I just want the records. Give me the facts as they are. Come to the ministry and we shall work to see how we deliver the land titles. Let us all come together and we can solve them. But as a government official, we can do that.
Yes, that is in Arua, where land for mosques and a church have expired titles, and they're calling on government to give a hand. Now, in Lira, the youth there have petitioned the Speaker of Parliament to launch an investigation into Arova Reality Limited, a company they claim to have extorted money from them with promises for jobs abroad. Led by Stephen Okulo, the group alleges that the company, reportedly owned by Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amongi, collected millions of shillings from them in 2022, but failed to deliver on its promises, leaving them in losses.
The women started their procession from Lira Hotel and joined Obote Avenue through the main roundabout. At the main market, procession was temporarily blocked by police commanded by DPC Lira City. Police later cleared them to proceed on basis that they looked peaceful and willing to be guided.
But the move is good and showing satisfaction to our president as well as to our minister, Honorable Jinja. So as security, we're escorting them, but I want to caution our people, whoever wants to march in town in a group, at least notify police.
On their placards, they showed dissatisfaction on statements made over a local radio station by Gender Minister Betty Amongi. They said the statements undermined the contributions of Health Minister and the Woman MP in the health service delivery in Lira City.
We appreciate her so much for our effort.
I urge the Minister of Gender, hold on, she should do ministry work. Not until time for politics comes, then she come in, not now.
On a recent talk show, Amongi declared her interest to run against the Health Minister Jane Ruth Aceng in Lira City in 2026. Betty Amongi currently represents Oyam South.
Anybody who is coming from another distance, another constituency to come and disturb Aceng, we are not supporting.
She came here to give the position of the government on the matter of cultural institutions. As a member of UPC, it does not bother me because we believe in democracy. We believe that we have our agenda that is viable. And I believe strongly that it is the UPC candidates who is going to win come 2026.
Last week on a local radio station, Amongi said her bid is to keep Lira City under UPC since her husband Jim McKenna is exiting Lira City East constituency to run for presidency in 2026. Eddie Ulwa, UBC News.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. On return, we have more. Keep it with us.
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyenyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere weewaawo abafere gye bali naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo 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 era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable.
Predict the outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Friday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Take 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#.
Ugandan National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
UBC Lunchtime News, thank you so much for watching. State Minister for Youth and Children Balam Barugahari has directed police to investigate allegations that Busowoko Beach in Jinja district was hijacked by the sub-county chief Suta Abdallah and it is no longer remitting taxes. The minister also ordered police to arrest culprits who allegedly defiled children in Namasagali in Kamuli. He was a guest of honor during the World Press Freedom Day celebrations organized by journalists in Jinja district at an area called Buwenge.
Disappointed that in Namasagali, the council has noted that it is the leading sub-county at the moment in her district in eating unready food. Why would you rape a baby? Why would you go to the fish and then come out and marry a small baby, impregnate a young baby? Those people deserve to be jailed. DPC, communicate the DPC of Kamule that he should first track, if she has the evidence, those people who are marrying underage, be arrested and presented to court. LC5, he has clearly said that his sub-county chief stole a sub-county property and he has named it his own beach. If that is true, then I'm going to interest General Soke to come to Butagaya to confirm if that beach is a government property. It should be run by the sub-county to get sub-county revenue, not to be run by individual for selfish interest.
Busowoko Fall is not under Suta. They are the Wananchi that followed all the procedures in accordance with the rules and regulations of the NFA, and they were given it to. And here I'm a leader of Wananchi United Savers. I'm here. If he has the evidence, let me off the shoes and I go.
DPC kindly investigate this matter.
Yeah, investigate.
DPC, we want a report in 2 weeks regarding this issue.
Wananchi United Savers.
Wananchi wayo.
Nze ndi nga mukulembeze they can vote tomorrow and I leave. This is it. Ate nekiwekanga kiri awo.
Bino ebituuze kiri investigator.
Twagawa butaka ya Sub County ne unisa kwetoa milioni 5 akaliwa wo waire omuchanga waire akasibe. Aye sawe na alikogera alikobanze ndikwa. Chali wanga wo waire. Mali bala mu alisanga ni polisi abandi mu abarestinga bwa restinga.
In a bid to address the growing threat of cybercrime and the critical shortage of skilled cybersecurity personnel in Uganda, the Uganda Communications Commission, UCC, hosted its 4th annual CEO Cybersecurity Breakfast. The event, themed Building a Resilient Digital Uganda, the Cybersecurity Imperative, brought together business leaders, policymakers and experts to discuss the challenges and solutions in strengthening the country's cybersecurity posture.
Some legislation requirements require specific uptime standards, which therefore means that regulators are also supposed to be at the forefront of ensuring that the platform or the spaces in which we are operating are secured to avoid system downfalls.
So let's make cybersecurity an integral part of our operations to protect our assets and use this as an opportunity to drive continuous innovation. Secondly, let's invest in research, talent, and technology. I think what we have all agreed is that this is a rapidly evolving field. And so definitely this is a key area for us to prioritize ongoing investment in cybersecurity research, skills, and emerging technologies to stay ahead of evolving threats.
A lot of security is down to authentication. Now, kudos to Uganda. Lira and Uganda, through the RICA, adopted a higher level of KYC for SIM card registration. We have engaged and noted that the new platform for Lira coming in will have a lot more biometrics. So really it's to call on the regulators to drive the amendment of the laws for us to harness the capability coming with the identity system.
We now go beyond Ugandan borders. Large numbers of Venezuelans took part in Saturday's presidential elections, whose process has drawn scrutiny. Although some Venezuelans have taken to the streets to protest the results, others do not dispute the very results. Meanwhile, the international community is calling for an independent verification of the vote.
Protests erupted in Venezuela hours after the National Electoral Council, which is loyal to the ruling party, declared incumbent President Nicolas Maduro the winner of Sunday's election.
Recibo esta credencial.
I receive this credential, constitutional and legal, from the authority in charge of electoral matters in Venezuela, the sovereign electoral power of Venezuela, which has issued a ruling that I accept humbly.
El poder soberano electoral de Venezuela.
National Electoral Council President Elvis Amoroso said that Maduro received 51% of the vote and that Edmundo González Urrutia received 44%. González became the candidate after the government barred opposition leader Maria Corina Machado from running.
Edmundo González Urrutia got 70% of the votes in this election, and Nicolas Maduro received 30% of the votes.
Machado says her results are based on tallies the opposition campaign received from representatives stationed at about 40% of ballot boxes. The claims of election irregularity have drawn attention from the international community, including U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who expressed his concerns about the validity of the results Monday during his visit to Tokyo.
It's critical that every vote be counted fairly and transparently, that election officials immediately share information with the opposition and independent observers without delay, and that the electoral authorities publish the detailed tabulation of votes.
In a letter, Argentina, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Guatemala, Paraguay, Peru, the Dominican Republic, and Uruguay shared their profound concern about the vote and requested an urgent meeting before the Organization of American States. But one analyst says internal, not external pressures may be needed to effect change.
That I think change, if it happens, is going to have to come within Venezuela rather than from abroad.
With President Joe Biden withdrawing from the re-election, Republican nominee Donald Trump is shifting focus to his likely opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris. Trump's Republican Party is reportedly attacking Harris' work on immigration issues, calling her a border czar.
Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump has switched his focus to Vice President Kamala Harris, his likely opponent in the race for presidency, criticizing her record on immigration.
She wants everybody to have amnesty. Then Joe Biden made her the border czar, and that's when it really got bad. She launched a colossal illegal alien invasion of a country. She said, come on in, remember?
Illegal immigration is a leading issue among Republican voters, and the Trump campaign tries to link Harris to Biden immigration policy by calling her his border czar.
She was never named a border czar. In fact, the border was not her issue priority at all.
Early in the Biden administration, Harris was assigned the task of reducing migration to the U.S. southern border in collaboration with Central American nations of Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador.
She was in charge of developing a strategy and gaining commitments for development assistance and investment into those three countries of the Northern Triangle to help reduce the so-called push factors for migration.
After Biden asked Harris to spearhead a strategy to help improve living conditions and discourage migrants from leaving their home, Harris's immigration message became stricter.
I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come.
Trump says Harris's record shows she is ultra-liberal on immigration.
Kamala voted in favor of deadly sanctuary cities. She supports decriminalizing illegal border crossings, and she supports mass amnesty for all illegals. Think of that.
House Republicans last week passed a resolution condemning the Biden administration and its, quote, border czar Kamala Harris for failing to secure the border. Leading House Democrat Hakeem Jeffries says Republicans are lying about Harris because they have no plan to address challenges at the border.
And the vice president was not a border czar. They are making that up because they have no affirmative agenda, vision, or track record for the American people.
Immigration lawyer Hector Quiroga says that immigration reform is needed, no matter who is elected president.
We have over 3 million cases stuck in courts. There's not enough immigration judges. We've been saying that for a long time.
The Biden administration says it's making progress at the border, reporting that arrests for illegal crossings from Mexico in June were the lowest of any month during Biden's presidency. Alini Barrows, VOA News, Washington.
That brings us to the end of our lunchtime news. Thanking you so much for watching. We'll get back here with more news in Luganda, Kiswahili, and I'll be here myself with news tonight. You have all the reasons to keep it with us. Bye-bye.